Hey, English learners. Welcome back to Skillify English, the podcast that helps you speak English with confidence, one real-life situation at a time. I'm John.
And I'm Neha, and if you are listening to us for the very first time, welcome to the family. We are so happy you found us.
Seriously, welcome. And for our regular listeners, thank you. Thank you for coming back, for leaving your comments, and for sharing the channel with your friends. It genuinely means the world to us.
It really does. Okay, John, so today's episode, I am very excited about this one.
Me too, because today we are talking about something that every traveler, every English learner, every person who has ever been in a new city absolutely needs to know.
We are talking about getting around, specifically taking a taxi and using public transit in an English-speaking country.
And trust me, this is not just vocabulary. This is survival, people.
Survival. We are going to teach you exactly what to say, how to say it politely, and how to avoid those really awkward moments where you're just sitting there, staring at your phone, hoping the driver magically knows where you want to go.
We've all been there. All right, let's get into it.
Okay, so before we start the main lesson, we always do our little check-in. And today's check-in question is a fun one. John, do you prefer the quiet of a taxi or the busy energy of public transit, like a bus or a train?
Oh, wow, okay. Honestly, I want to say taxi. I love the idea of a taxi. You just get in, sit down, someone drives you, very comfortable. But in real life, public transit is my answer. And I'll tell you exactly why.
Oh, this is a story, isn't it?
This is absolutely a story. So a few years ago, I was visiting Edinburgh, beautiful city in Scotland, by the way, and I had two very large suitcases with me. Very large, embarrassingly large.
How large are we talking?
I packed for 2 weeks, but the bags looked like I was moving to another country permanently. Anyway, I decided, you know what? I'll take the bus. It'll be cheap, it'll be easy, it'll be fun.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. So I get to the bus stop, the bus arrives, it is packed, completely full of people, and I'm standing there with these two giant suitcases trying to get through the door, and I'm bumping into everyone. Sorry, excuse me, sorry. And I finally get on, and there's no room for my bags, so I'm just standing there in the aisle, holding onto a rail with one hand, my suitcases falling over every time the bus turns a corner.
I am laughing, but I also feel so bad for you.
And then I missed my stop because I couldn't get to the door in time. So yeah, public transit, I love it when I'm traveling light. When I have luggage, taxi. Always taxi.
Okay, see, I am a taxi person. I genuinely love taxis. You get in, it's calm, it's just you. But here's the thing, you have to be ready for the chatty driver.
Oh, the chatty driver.
So I was in Toronto, lovely city, and I got into a taxi, and within about 30 seconds, the driver had told me his full name, where he was born, how long he had been driving, his daughter's school grades, and his opinion on the city's traffic system.
All of that in 30 seconds?
I'm not exaggerating. And listen, he was a wonderful man, very kind. But I had just gotten off a long flight. I was exhausted, and all I wanted was 5 minutes of silence. And I didn't know how to politely say that in a way that wasn't rude.
That is so relatable. And actually, that connects perfectly to today's lesson because a lot of learners feel this anxiety, this kind of stress around taxis especially.
Exactly. Let's talk about that.
So here is the real problem. You arrive in an English-speaking city. You need to get somewhere. You see taxis or you find the bus, and suddenly your English, which felt fine when you were studying at home, just disappears.
It's like your brain goes blank.
Completely blank. And the fears are very specific, right? There's the fear of not knowing how to explain the address. There's the fear of not understanding the driver when he asks you something. There's the worry about the price. Is this driver going to charge me too much? And there's that terrible moment when you realize, wait, did I already pass my stop?
I think the address one is the biggest fear for most beginners, because in some languages, you give the street number after the street name. In English, it's the opposite. So even knowing how to say an address out loud correctly, that takes practice.
And then there's the politeness factor. In English, especially in places like the UK, Canada, and Australia, how you ask for something matters a lot. If you walk into a taxi and say, "Go to the airport," technically the driver understands you, but it sounds very direct, maybe even a little rude.
Right. So the solution is learning polite requests. And the good news? It's not complicated. Just a few key phrases completely change how you sound.
Let's look at the grammar for a second. Instead of saying, "I want to go downtown," try this. "Could you take me downtown, please?"
See how that sounds so much softer? Could you? That's a modal verb, and it's your best friend in polite English.
Other great options: "Would you mind taking me to the train station?" Or, "Is it possible to go to Oxford Street?"
For asking about price, instead of how much, which is fine but a little short, try how much will it cost to get to the city center? Or could you give me an idea of the fare before we leave?
And if you need to stop somewhere along the way or you've arrived, "Could you pull over here, please?" Or, "This is my stop, just here on the left, please."
These small changes make a huge difference. You go from sounding unsure and abrupt to sounding confident and polite, and people respond to that so positively.
Okay, now the part I know everyone has been waiting for, the role play. Neha and I are going to act out a full taxi ride. I'll be the driver, and Neha is a traveler who has just landed at the airport and needs to get to her hotel.
I'm ready. I've got my imaginary suitcases and my very tired traveler face.
Perfect. Let's go slowly so you can follow along and really absorb the language. Here we go. Taxi. Taxi available.
Oh, hi. Excuse me, are you free?
Yes, ma'am, I'm free. Where are you headed?
Great, thank you. Could you help me with my bags first? I have 2 suitcases. Could you put them in the trunk, please?
Of course, no problem. Just leave them right here. I'll load them in.
Thank you so much. Okay, I need to go to the Grand Central Hotel. It's on Morrison Street, number 42. Morrison Street, 42.
Morrison Street 42. Got it. And just so you know, I'll use the meter. Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine. Actually, could I just check, is the meter on? I just want to make sure we're starting from 0.
Ha, good thinking. Yes, look, it just started. 0.0.
Perfect, thank you. Sorry, one more question. Roughly how much do you think the fare will be?
From here to Morrison Street, I'd say around $12 to $15, depending on traffic. It's about 20 minutes this time of day.
Okay, great. That works for me.
Comfortable back there? Enough room?
Yes, perfect. Thank you. Actually, I just got off a long flight, so I hope you don't mind. I might just rest my eyes for a few minutes.
Not at all. You rest. I'll let you know when we're close.
You're a lifesaver. Thank you.
All right, ma'am. We're coming up on Morrison Street now. Should I pull over right in front of the hotel?
Yes, please. Just here on the right. Perfect. Oh, this is it. Thank you so much.
That'll be $13.50, please.
Here's $15. Could I get the change, please? Actually, you know what? Could I also get a receipt? I need it for my expenses.
Of course. Here's your receipt. And here's your $1.50 change.
Thank you. And could you help me with my bags from the trunk?
Already on it.
You've been wonderful. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too. Enjoy your stay.
And scene. Okay, let's step out of character. Did you notice how many useful phrases were in that role play?
We packed a lot in there deliberately. Things like, is the meter on? That's such an important question, and most learners don't know to ask it.
And the way the way I told the driver I wanted to rest without being rude. I hope you don't mind, I might just rest my eyes. That's so natural. That's exactly how a native speaker would handle that situation.
Now, let's talk briefly about taxi etiquette, because this is something textbooks don't usually teach you, but it matters.
So first, small talk. In many English-speaking countries, it's completely normal for taxi drivers to chat. They might ask where you're from, what you're doing in the city, whether you've visited before. This is friendly, not invasive. If you want to talk, great. Just respond naturally. Yes, it's my first time here. Do you have any recommendations?
But if you're tired or you just don't feel like talking, and that is completely okay, you can say something like, I'm sorry, I'm a little exhausted from my flight. I hope you don't mind if I just rest. Most drivers will absolutely understand that.
And tipping. In places like the United States and Canada, tipping your taxi driver is standard. Roughly 10 to 15% of the fare is appreciated. You can simply say, keep the change, if you're rounding up, or hand over the tip separately and say, this is for you, thank you.
Small phrase, big impact.
Okay, we are now at one of my favorite parts of every episode, the word tour. This is where we slow down, take a breath, and go through the most important words and phrases from today, one by one, nice and clearly.
Ready? Let's go.
Word number 1, fare. F-A-R-E. The fare is the price you pay for a taxi or public transport. Not the cost, not the price. In transport, we say the fare. For example, what is the fare to the airport? Or the bus fare is $2.50.
Word number 2, meter. M-E-T-E-R. The meter is the small screen in a taxi that counts how much money you owe as you travel. It goes up as the distance increases. Always check that the meter is running from 0 when you get in. You can say, could you make sure the meter is on, please?
Word number 3, trunk. T-R-U-N-K. The trunk is the storage space at the back of a car, what British English speakers call the boot. When you have luggage, you say, could you put my bags in the trunk, please? This is American English. In the UK, you'd say, could you put my bags in the boot?
Word number 4, pull over. This is a 2-word phrase, a phrasal verb, and it means to move the car to the side of the road and stop. You use it when you want the driver to stop at a specific place. Could you pull over here, please? Or, just pull over on the left. That's perfect.
Word number 5, keep the change. This is a phrase you say when you pay and you don't want the extra money back. For example, if your fare is $8 and you give the driver $10, you can say, keep the change. It's also a polite way to leave a tip.
Word number 6, receipt. R-E-C-E-I-P-T. A receipt is a printed or written document that shows you paid for something. In a taxi, you might need this for work expenses or just to keep a record. You say, could I have a receipt, please? Note, the P in receipt is silent. You don't say receipt, you say receipt.
Word number 7, downtown. This means the central business area of a city. I need to get downtown, or could you take me to the downtown area, please? In British English, people might say city center instead of downtown. Same idea, different word.
And word number 8, transfer. A transfer is when you switch from one form of public transport to another, like going from a bus to a train. Do I need to transfer to get to the main station? Or is there a transfer at Central Station? Very useful when you're navigating a new city's transit system.
Wow, what an episode. Neha, I feel like I could now take a taxi confidently anywhere in the world.
Same. And honestly, the biggest takeaway today is just this: politeness and preparation. Learn a few key phrases, be calm, and don't be afraid to ask. Drivers help passengers all day long. They are used to questions. You are not bothering anyone.
And if you make a small mistake, that is completely fine. Communication is about being understood, not being perfect.
Beautifully said. Okay, before we go, we always ask our listeners a question for the comments. And this week's question is,
What is your favorite way to travel around a new city? Taxi, bus, or walking? Tell us in the comments. We read every single one.
And if you found today's episode helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to Skillify English and share it with a friend who is learning English. Every share genuinely helps us reach more learners around the world.
We'll be back very soon with another episode. Until then, keep practicing, keep listening, and keep being brave with your English.
You've got this. Bye for now.
See you next time.